Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending the C&L Supreme Virtual Job Fair event. I would like to introduce you to Don. Don will tell you about his company, job openings, and how to apply for those openings. Don?
Good afternoon. My name is Don Coleman. I'm the operations manager here at C&L Supreme. C&L Supreme is a contract manufacturer located in Des Plaines, Illinois. We're a manufacturer of precision CNC machine components and assemblies. CNC machine component parts are produced to customer design and specification using lean manufacturing principles to ensure precise quality. We tailor our machining technology to our customers' needs, offering prototype samples upon request. Our machining capabilities include multi-axis vertical milling and multi-axis horizontal milling, and through spindle, chucking, and Swiss turning. We at Precision Machining most ferrous and non-ferrous machining materials, including plastics and OD rubber grinding. Through our supply chain, C&L Supreme excels in providing value-added operations, components, and assemblies. This helps to contain costs and improve control through the avoidance of multiple sourcing and handling to accomplish assembly, plating, heat treating, painting, etc. C&L is an environmentally friendly ISO 9001-2015 certified company that's committed to operational excellence and exceptional customer satisfaction. C&L Supreme is a family-owned business that has built its 50-plus year history upon the basic value of honesty, trust, quality, service, and value. Our company was founded by Louis Fazzeri in 1957 as Supreme Manufacturing Company. Sons Philip and Peter joined the company in the early 1960s and are still with the company today. The young business was primarily engaged in job shop machining and producing automotive aftermarket components. In 1972, the company acquired C&L Screw and added screw machine components and gear blanks to its production activity. Shortly thereafter, the names Supreme Manufacturing and C&L Screw were combined, and the company began operating as C&L Supreme. The course of its manufacturing technology was altered in 1983 when a commitment was made to aggressively develop CNC machining capabilities. In the 1999, the company moved its operations from Chicago to its current facility in Des Plaines, Illinois. We at C&L Supreme believe you'll find our straightforward approach to business quite refreshing. We appreciate the opportunity and value service to you and also our employees. So, C&L Supreme, we are looking for three different types of people. We're looking for CNC machining, horizontal and vertical. The person that has operation as a standard operator and or setup. Person with additional programming would be also helpful in this position. We're also looking for CNC turning, or a person with live turning experience is preferred, but not necessary. People that have education, CMA, training, or other facilities or other companies, we are looking for those kind of operators. Swiss machining, we're also looking for a Swiss machining operator. That person is either the operator and or setup. A setup person is mostly preferred, but not necessarily. And also we're looking for the person that has experience with all three different facets of the positions. We are looking at first and second shift. Our current first shift is from 7 to 3:30, and our second shift is currently running 1 to 9:30 right now. That could switch to 3 to 11:30 depending on productivity and orders. The basic overview of what we're looking for and overall company.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, Don. And Don, I do have some just general questions that I'd like to ask you if you do have a few minutes to answer some of those.
Sure.
And Don, do the folks that are applying to the positions that you covered here today, do they need to have any sort of educational requirements, like a GED, high school diploma, so on and so forth?
At a minimum, a high school or a GED is required. or not is not necessarily, um, but helps in the process.
Understood. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, how can a candidate stand out and get an interview assuming they are qualified for the position in which they are applying?
You can go to our website, www.clsupreme.com. You can click on the careers link and apply to the position. And also within that has the TMA um, self audit, and then we will get results from that, which would give us answering some questions, will give us a look at your match to our opening.
Understood. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, as you obviously are certainly aware of, with the kind of pandemic and the state of affairs of the world today, a lot of folks ask me, how is an organization handling COVID safety precautions? Uh, can you kind of delve into what some of those are that C&L Supreme might have in place to keep your workers and staff safe?
We follow the CDC guidelines strictly. We have a mandate in the shop and in the building at all times. And we also have distancing at breaks and lunch. We've also installed plastic barriers at the break tables so you can enjoy your lunch and have some peace of mind that you're away from somebody. So we encourage that, and we also put sanitizing throughout the shop to allow personal cleanliness and to keep everything clean time. And we also have a gentleman that goes around every morning and sanitizes all the touch points throughout the store.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Don. The next question that I have for you, and you might have covered it in your presentation, but nonetheless, give you an opportunity to really highlight that information. What are some of the standard benefits that your company offers? And then perhaps if there's any sort of fringe benefits that you'd like to highlight for folks that'll be tuning in.
Currently, right now, we have a 401k offering. Standard health and benefits on is offered as well. We have a 1 week vacation in after the first year, and then jumps there accordingly. We are offering a $600 sign on bonus to a person with a Swiss experience.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, can folks expect to be paid for the time in which they're being trained?
100%. So it's an on-the-job training. So you will be paid as you're being trained with a hands-on effort.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, another kind of question that I get on these events quite frequently is, will C&L Supreme cover the cost of like continuing education expenses? So if folks want to go get certified, will your company pick up the cost of that or a portion of that cost?
That is correct. We are paired with CMA, and we encourage our employees to take the CMA courses, and we will reimburse them for their education.
Excellent. Thank you, Don. And Don, kind of another question that I receive a lot on these events, especially kind of in the manufacturing, warehousing, transportation sectors, um, is the topic of like clothing allowances. Does C&L Supreme offer anything like that for its employees? Things such as boots, clothing, etc.
We offer uniforms at a discount, so we share some of that burden on us, not 100% to the employee.
Okay, fantastic. Another question that I receive on a lot of these events too is, uh, you know, presumably during the hiring process, obviously, folks will have to be subjected to a background check. Um, can you kind of describe what that process is or how long that'll take? And then kind of building off of that question as well, Don, um, are there any sort of offenses, minor offenses, misdemeanors, things like that, that would be excluding factors for folks that might want to apply for the jobs that you covered here today?
So we have, became open for a variety of people to join. It's as far as a background, we do full backgrounds. We do an I-9 as well. So we will look at a criminal background, but we have not uh, shied away from somebody that is looking to turn their life around, as long as they show promise.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, kind of another big question here. A lot of folks want to know, what are the opportunities for advancement at CNL Supreme? And are there any particular success stories maybe that you'd like to highlight for folks who'd be tuning in?
Sure, we have several people that started out knowing nothing at the Swiss machine and or turning, and they currently are either a lead in their department and or they are the primary setup person throughout the company. Also, the current lead that started with nothing is actually going to training right now for programming to be another programmer within the company.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Don. Don, another question that I do have for you is, how long does the hiring process typically take from the point of submitting an application to actually being hired? So what's that turnaround time look like once an applicant submits that application?
Well, as COVID has slowed things down, we start out with a phone interview, and we work around a person's schedule to make sure they're available to sit and talk on the phone. Once we have decided to move on with that, we will do an in-person interview just to make sure the company fits the person, and that is based upon again the individual's uh, schedule. And once that hits, long as we go through the standard uh, physical and that, it can be done. It can be done within a couple days, or it can be a couple weeks, depending on one's individual schedule.
Great. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, you don't necessarily have to go through all of the positions that you covered, but what would a typical day look like for maybe one or two of those positions that you covered here today, just to give folks an idea of what it's like to work at CNL Supreme?
Sure. A lot of our jobs are that are being run on a machine are typically 7, 8 hours at a time. But there's some that are hundreds of hours. So we typically on a daily basis have an operator at the machine. They'll be checking parts. Like if it's automatic, they'll be checking every so many parts with a caliper, micrometer, drop gauge, height gauges, and then they might be running another machine at the same time or deburring parts while that machine is running. Or if it's a manual operation, they'll be on that machine for that 4 to 8 hours. And typically, if it's a long running, tedious job, we try to move people around so it doesn't become such a stagnant, monotonous job at the time.
Understood. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, you may have covered this earlier in the presentation, but again, just want to ask the question once more. What are the normal hours that are typically worked in a week at CNL Supreme? And then is there opportunity for overtime? And if so, at what point is that triggered typically?
So any direct hire is available for overtime. We typically do not run temp agency overtime because of the premium. But through job fair, you'll be a direct hire. And first shift is a 7 to 3:30, and second shift currently right now is running 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. But it could run from 3 to 11:30 p.m. as well.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Don. And Don, just a quick question for you too, as we kind of begin a little bit of the wrap up here for today's session. Where can folks go ahead and get any sort of application related questions that they have, maybe questions related to CNL Supreme that they have? What would be the best way to get those questions answered? Would it be to contact you directly? Is there a person in HR, a general info at email? What would be the best way to get those questions answered?
So you can go on our website, www.clsupreme.com, and on the first page, you should be able to email me direct, and I can answer that question. Or you can get a hold of us at 847-297-8212, and you can ask myself as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Don. And Don, again, as we kind of begin the wrap up here for today's session, I want to go ahead and turn things over to you. to give you kind of a final opportunity to give any sort of concluding statements, summary remarks, maybe something that you know, might have accidentally omitted during your presentation. Just again, kind of a catch-all opportunity to, you know, give any sort of final remarks that you'd like to make before we wrap the session up today.
Sure. We at CNL Supreme, I consider us a family-oriented company. And if you're looking for a career and not to be just a number at a company, but want to make a difference, we would invite you to look on site at www.clsupreme.com on the careers page and apply to the job. Because we consider every employee here family, and we look to grow our family as the business grows as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Don, of course, for your time today, for all of those, you know, thoughtful responses that you provided here today. Just kind of a final note that I want, you know, folks to know again, as Don stated, if you are tuning in to this video at a later date, again, the best way to get a hold of Don or the folks at CNL Supreme regarding any sort of application questions that you might have would be to go onto CNL Supreme's website, which you should see here on the screen. It's also on CNL Supreme's virtual job fair booth. Again, going onto that website, and the contact information for Don and the folks at CNL will be provided there. Don, thank you so much for your time today. I just do want to let you know as well that the session has, of course, been recorded, and I will be uploading it later this afternoon. Once that has been uploaded, I will be linking it to your employer booth here that's on the screen. So job seekers, you know, that come on to the booth after the date, or after this date, excuse me, they'll be able to see this video as well. And hopefully it'll be useful for them as they fill out those applications for those positions that you are seeking. Don, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, sir.
Thank you. You take care.
You as well.